Hello, Dr. Masick. I'm making this video to show you my operation of assignment 1. I'm going to start with a brief description of my states. So state 1 is at the bottom floor. At this state, Q10 is lit up, which releases the solenoid latch so that you can open up the hatch. When that hatch is opened, according to I1, let me start the simulation here. When this hatch is open according to I1, you'll see that it goes to the 6th state. And from this state, there's no path for the motor to turn on. When I1, both of your push buttons don't do anything at this point. When I1 is released, it goes back to 0. You go back to state 1. And from there, you can start moving. And then you see state 3 is lit up. This is my ascending state when the motor's powered. You can see that there are two options to go from here. One was state 2, that is the second floor. At this point too, you can see Q11 opens up so that the solenoid latch is released. The second path you can see from both ascending and descending is P3. This is your emergency stop switch. So if I press this again and I hit the emergency stop, it will stay here until called upon. From here you can see there are two outputs, B1 and B0. B1 corresponds to the top floor's push button. So it is important that it can go in either direction from the stop state, because if something were to be lodged and you can only have one direction of freedom, it would not be beneficial if the elevator automatically reset to a certain floor. So if you hit the button on B0 after a stop, it will call it back to the first floor. So it will go descending and eventually back to 1. And there you go. And the same goes for B1. It will eventually reach the top floor from a stop state if you press B1, regardless of what direction it was going before. It's also a beneficial feature because if you were to forget to send something on the elevator, you can stop it and you can call it back to yourself pretty easily. The only state I haven't shown now is state 7, which corresponds to the solenoid, or to the limiting switch, sorry, being opened up for the top floor. If you were to take something out or put something into the elevator. So you see Q11 is lit up here, and that's how you know that that's a possibility. So the limiting switch is hooked up to I2 in this case, and you stay in I7, and you can see that neither of the motor inputs will do anything. Oh, sorry. I released I2, so it returned to state 2. Let me go back there. Just 1 second. Ticks up 1 second at a time. Okay, we're back to state 2. Yeah, so as soon as this is released, the motor can engage again. But as this is engaged and the hatch is opened up, you can see that the motors will not engage. Regardless of these lighting up, this state does not have a path to there at the moment. So if I release I2, I get back to state 2, and I can begin operation again. And I haven't shown the stop from this state, so I will show that here. And there you go. It's stopped again. And if I wanted to call it back to the second floor again, I call there. You can see it ticking up, ticking up, ticking up. And there it arrives at the second floor. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Dr. Masick, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.